Hey, it's me, Marquelworld. Survivor Series review. Got a new webcam, so a little bit better. The quality, I used to do lives on my phone, but now I have a webcam on my MacBook. So, how are you guys? This is your review of Survivor Series. Things, I like to do this, y'all. Things that popped without looking at the results. Wasn't really a lot of matches, no shade. But things that popped, will say Liv Morgan returning. She is on the thumbnail. You see I did have that prepared before I came on. So Liv Morgan coming back was very good. I also want to say Dominik Mysterio winning was a good choice. Him winning back his title. I did like that. I did know that the babyface and the heel team would win. I didn't think it would be both heels, both baby faces, but we did see that with the babyface ladies and then the heel men. We did see that. Hey Anthony, how are you? Did you watch? You did say what a show, so I'm assuming you watched. Did you like it? Hey, how are you? How are you? Pelican Show, how are you? I got a new camera that I'm using, so hopefully it's a little bit better quality. But how are you guys? I'm here. We're in the wrestling ring talking about Survivor Series. We are in the wrestling ring talking about it. Again, Liv Morgan returning. Love it. She did trick us. We thought that she was kind of upset with Dominik Mysterio betraying her. Basically replacing her with, Roxanne Perez. We did see that. Here is the Finesse Club. Chris Bay, I'm a huge fan. Was a huge fan of his, so I have a lot of his merch, even though it is about WWE tonight, right? But, Robert says Survivor Series sucked. So, what did you not like? Did you not like the car not being huge? Was it boring? Was it predictable? Do you want to say who was that mysterious person? If it was Seth Rollins, we think they would have showed him, right? So, who do we think was that mysterious person? Oh, okay, so you did watch. What year are you on your book? But you did watch. Okay, so you did watch the pay-per-view. I know usually sometimes you're behind or you don't watch right away, but I am glad to hear that you did watch. What would you rate it? I would rate it 8.7 out of 10. I would rate it that. That is my rating. Of course, when I get on live, I have to edit. So that's what I'm about to do right now, but we can continue to talk about it. We did have the women's War Games start out the pay-per-view. Again, it was a short card. It wasn't really a lot, but I guess it did its job. But we did have the women starting out. We did have, I didn't think that Becky Lynch would tap out. I didn't think she would get another L to AJ Lee. This feud is becoming very one-sided. I will say that. I will say this feud is becoming very one-sided. We are all excited, of course, of AJ Lee coming back and making her return. I'm all for it. But Becky Lynch does deserve some wins. She doesn't deserve to be dominated in a one-woman feud, basically, where AJ Lee is always getting the upper hand. When did Becky Lynch ever get the upper hand? I'll wait. But I do like AJ Lee, but again, I just want it to be fair sometimes. Okay, so I am done for now. Let's see. Speaking of, we can put the women in the hot seat because I do like doing that. Putting the people on the hot seat who we are talking about. So we are talking about the women. War Games. Will say Miss Io Sky, she did do a botch in the beginning of the match. We do know she's very fast-paced. I don't know if she's too excited and she's, ooh, yes, I'm excited. I don't know what that was. But she did botch that drop kick and they just did a little clothesline. Do want to point that out. Okay, so let me put this in the hot seat. Let me do that. Sorry. Okay, it was awesome. I watched. It was too predictable. Okay, that's why you didn't like it. It was too predictable. Thank you for your feedback, by the way. I do like your opinions. I mean, this is a review show, so give your opinions as long as it's respectful and not towards me a disrespect. I'm fine with it. But, okay, so we got that. Yeah, I will say he does make good music. Chris Bay does make great music. Let me see what song I got on my playlist. I used to have some of his music. Again, I was a huge Chris Bay fan at one point. But yeah, check out his music. I mean, yes. Again, with Chris Bay, him getting injured, I don't know if this is going to be his career, just the music, but we shall see. But the women war game, let me put them up real fast. Sorry. Just so we know what we're talking about. And I hope everyone's Thanksgiving went well. Thank you those that came so far and those that watched the replay. How was your Thanksgiving? How was your Thanksgiving? But, hey, I'm doing better. Here we go. Here is the woman. The war game. Got this off of X. Mine was good. Thank you. I was just asking how everyone was. And here you go asking me how mine is. Mine was good. Thank you for asking, Anthony. Yours sounded like it was good, right? I think you said you were at your uncle's. Your uncle was over. Oh, still 2017 for your memoir. Thank you. Okay, I don't know. I'm trying to look at the camera and look at the screen, so I apologize. Okay, so you did watch it through like some live. Okay, seems like you were watching some live videos of people, and okay, that's where you saw it. Yeah, so the women victorious, it was the women, the baby faces. Again, it was AJ Lee making, again, this ain't even from War Games. I'm so tired. This is from Raw. But I don't even know why I showed that photo. But nevertheless, they won the War Games. Again, Becky Lynch, don't know what's going to happen with her in this feud. Again, it's very one-sided, again, so really don't know what's going to happen with her in the feud. But let's move on. I think the next match was Dominik Mysterio versus John Cena. Again, I don't even think the tag team championships were on the line. So it was a big pay-per-view. So let's do this. Let me do this. Again, I think that was the next match. Because I do know it was Nikki Bella versus Stephanie. But I think it was Dominik Mysterio first. So, Dominik Mysterio versus John Cena. Okay, I think that was it because they don't want to do two women matches at once. So it was only a 4 pay-per-view match, so they're not going to put both of the women matches side by side. So we did have John Cena versus Dominik Mysterio. Again, Dominik Mysterio had the hometown crowd behind him, so that's something that was good for him. Yeah, they did cheer him a little bit. I mean, when there was a lot of shenanigans, they did cheer for it. So they weren't totally booing Dominik Mysterio. They were interacting with him in a positive way. But Liv Morgan did come and she did get involved and she cost John Cena the match. We did have Raquel and Roxanne hit their finishers, which we thought was going to help win the match. But John Cena, you have to remember, at one point he was Super Cena. So Super Cena, of course, kicked out of those finishers. Again, have to throw a little bit of shade, but that's what we used to call him back in the day, Super Cena. But yeah, Super Cena did kick out, and that's when Liv Morgan came and she did help. So let's put her on the big screen. She looked great. Again, she kind of slapped Dominik Mysterio. Again, it looked like she hit the air, no shade. But again, maybe she intentionally hit the air to make us think that she was mad at Dominik. In reality, she wasn't, clearly, because she helped him win. But here we go, Liv Morgan clearly interfering in the match. John Cena, like a sucker, he fell for it and thought that she was on his side, but that wasn't the case. Again, let me get a better photo of her. Right now, we got a lot of bootleg photos, child. I mean, we have to work with what we're working with right now. This just happened, Survivor Series, so you get a lot of the images on X, Blue Sky, Twitter. Again, Blue Sky is something different, but you get it from X and Blue Sky compared to Google, which they won't really have it because, again, it just happened over an hour ago. So they really don't have stuff on Google that look very good on the first night. You have to wait maybe a day or two. So let me go on Blue Sky right now and look up Liv Morgan. Maybe I'll have better luck finding a better photo of her. Let's do latest. Okay, so this is a good photo of her. No, this is fake. No, this is fake. Not fake, but this is old. Like, the photo they have of her is old. So, here's a better photo of her. Again, she looks great. I don't know how the dynamic is going to be with her and Raquel and Roxanne. Again, will she feel replaced? But here we go. And by the way, those that watch the replay, please like and follow. It does help. It does help. But we do have Miss Liv Morgan. Again, she looks great. Don't know who she's going to feud with. Again, she did attack Cena, so I don't think she really was involving herself with any females right now. She is more involved in the male feuds, so I don't know if her and, what's her name? Rhea Ripley will somehow start their feud again. Don't know if that's going to happen. Don't know if she's going to feud with Roxanne Perez. Basically, jealousy of her almost basically being replaced. Again, a lot of things can happen with Miss Liv Morgan. The story just needs to make sense. So, congratulations. She is back. After that, after Dominik Mysterio retained, I mean, we did have JD and Finn Balor. They tried to hit their finisher maneuvers, but it really didn't go anywhere, their finisher moves. But they ended up getting attacked. So again, Liv Morgan is the one that came and was that person that was officially the person that outnumbered John Cena. Because again, there was a Raquel, there was a Roxanne, there was JD and Finn, but she was the one that actually outnumbered him by tricking him, basically. I'm surprised Rey Mysterio didn't get involved. I mean, he was involved a little bit with Dominik Mysterio. He was heavily involved in his storylines. So I am surprised that he is now all of a sudden not involved when it has something to do with the championship. Again, a little weird that he's not involved. Again, maybe, I don't know. It's just for him to be so heavily involved and now all of a sudden in a crucial moment like this, he's nowhere to be found. So it was a little odd that Rey Mysterio, again, who keeps trying to align himself with Dominik Mysterio, all of a sudden he's not involved in something like this. And okay, you did say 8, which is, okay, that's a fair grade. 8 is a fair grade. I will also say with Survivor Series, I did like the camera work. I did watch from a VPN, so I was watching on Netflix. So I will say that the stream was good. I did like the stream. So did want to point that out. Again, I'm trying to make sure I am near the camera. Again, I'm getting used to all this. I did want to change these slides. Then always just want to be on my phone. Want to have background, things of that nature. So let's get done with the Women's War Game. and Dominik Mysterio. Now we are talking about Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie doing that devil's kiss, isn't that what she calls it, on the table? I would say would be the highlight of the match for many men, of course. Nikki Bella, she looked great. I know a lot of people don't like her. I'm a Bella fan. Bella Army. They rule it. They run it, the Bella Twins. She did look fabulous. Again, she looked good. Nikki Bella. Let's put her on the big screen. Let's put Nikki Bella on the big screen. Okay. I think I'm doing this right. Sorry. Did I save it? Alright, so to me, again, she looks good. Here is Miss Nikki Bella from Survivor Series tonight. This is her outfit. I am imagining that Brie Bella will eventually come back. Her and Brie Bella both being heels and wearing outfits like that. I mean, they did wear these mean girl, sexy outfits, kind of like the Beautiful People, just their own little spin to it. I won't say they were copying them. Please do not put those words in my mouth. But they did have those cute mean girl outfits. So again, I can imagine Brie Bella maybe coming back. I mean, I could see her dressing like that, and they could do a Bella Twin reunion, and maybe they can win the Women's Tag Team Championships. I mean, this is like the second time she has competed, Nikki Bella, for a title, a solo one, and she did not win. I mean, you have to remember, she also faced Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship, loss, and now she's done face Stephanie Vaquer and lost for the World Women's Championship. Again, is this just going to be her role, always trying to put over the next girl? Ooh. Okay, I think I'm moving away. Okay, this is the middle. All right. So, again, is she trying to just be this person that they can depend on to put over a woman? I mean, she is a Hall of Famer. They always like to put that Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer aspect when they talk about Nikki Bella. So is she, again, just a Hall of Famer that is there to just put over the current women? I mean, let's be real. I do feel like her and Stephanie Vaquer have to be the same age. I mean, I don't think Stephanie Vaquer is like in her 20s or her late 20s or her early 30s. I do think maybe she's in her mid 30s or maybe her late 30s, but I don't think that Nikki Bella is that much older than Stephanie Vaquer. But Nikki Bella does look young. Okay, I was wrong. Well, she is only 32 compared to Nikki Bella. So they are there is an age difference. Maybe, again, that's because Nikki Bella looks good, because Nikki Bella is 42 compared to her being 32. So they are 10 years difference. Again, you wouldn't tell with how good Nikki Bella looks. But, yes, Stephanie has won. I guess congrats to her. I have nothing against Stephanie Vaquer, to be honest with you. Again, I'm just a Bella Army fan, so I'd rather they win, Nikki or Brie Bella. We are with the men War Games. We are with the men War Games. And by the way, please like and follow. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. We did have this mysterious person attack CM Punk. And now that I'm re-looking at it, it looks like it could be Sami Zayn. It looks like it could be Sami Zayn. I don't think it is Seth Rollins. Because again, if it was Seth Rollins, they would not hesitate. My bad, to show him. So I don't think it would be him. Again, if it was him, why didn't they show him? So again, I think it is Sami Zayn. He kind of has his structure. If we look at it, kind of has that Sami Zayn structure. I mean, he kind of looks like Sami Zayn. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was him. I don't know why Sami Zayn would do it in storyline. Again, really would not make any sense. Again, maybe he was mad that he didn't get asked to be part of the War Games and he felt like he was being replaced with the Uso family. That could work. Again, I don't really know what the story would be between the two men, why he would have a disdain towards CM Punk. But again, this is wrestling, so you never know, you never know. But Survivor Series, I will give it a 8 out of 10, maybe a 8.2 out of 10. It was a good pay-per-view. It did what it did. It wasn't the best, but it was a good pay-per-view. So I do want to talk about some wrestling gossip. There was some chatters about, yes, Brie Bella returning soon. Again, she did state that she is open to returning. She didn't state what company, but she did state that she did want to, of course, have one more run with her twin sister, Nikki Bella. So, I thought she was going to return tonight. Again, she may return if it has something to do with the tag team division. I mean, if Nikki Bella has a tag team match, or Nikki Bella has a solo match and Brie Bella interferes and helps her win, and then they go after the tag team women's championships, that would make sense. Again, I don't know what they really have planned for Brie Bella if she is set to return, but she is open to it. I mean, she has been open that she has not been invited to many of these places like Nikki Bella, her sister. She has been open that she has not been invited. We don't know if it has something to do, again, with Bryan Danielson and being so heavily involved with AEW. Maybe they don't like that and he's too involved with AEW. I'm unsure. But again, she has not gotten the invite YouTube to come back. Again, if she does, I think she will team up with Nikki. They will be heels and they will try to win the women's championship. That's what I think. We do have some news about Chris Jericho real fast. Speaking of, I do want to talk about Chris Jericho. It's going around that he was allegedly offered a contract to return to WWE and also a retirement storyline allegedly. Yes, a retirement storyline. We do know we are currently going through that with John Cena and that retirement, the last call, the last ride. Well, they want to do that with Chris Jericho, allegedly. So, if you're Chris Jericho, is this something you want to do? I mean, they want to put it on WWE television that he's retiring. This will be a tough decision. I will say this because there's a lot of factors. If he retires on WWE TV, is it assumed that that is the last wrestling match we'll ever see him at? If they do it at a WrestleMania and he retires there, is that something we're supposed to assume was supposed to be his very, 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 very last match ever? Again, is it for WWE or is it for indie promotions and maybe even a possible AEW return? I mean, what is he, 55 at this point? If they sign him to a 4-year or 2-year, maybe in his late 50s, 59, 60, he may want to do AEW for 2 years. I don't know. We see how long these people are wrestling. I mean, in their 60s, it's not really anything at this point because they are wrestling longer. If he does retire at WrestleMania or part of WWE television, we do know that WWE is the most viewed wrestling organization, so most of the fans will see that. So that would be hard for him to return to an AEW or an indie booking if he retired on WWE television and he said that was his last match. So that's a factor. Also a factor is it could affect him doing indie or ever returning to wrestling in any capacity with TNA or AEW. Another factor, if he says no, what is that going to do with the Hall of Fame induction? What is that going to do? I mean, will WWE be upset that he turns them down and then they don't want to induct him ever? And if he does decide to re-sign with AEW, Or is WWE going to be understanding and then a couple years they will induct him? Again, is this a deal where I have to come back, I have to retire, and then you guys will give me a WWE Hall of Fame induction after I retire? Or is it if I say no, this is the last contract you guys will ever offer me, and you guys will never offer me to go to the Hall of Fame because you guys are upset that I chose AEW again over you guys? So again, there's a lot of factors and a lot of pressure. So we don't know what the contract negotiations are, but again, you have to think about it. There is a lot on the line. Speaking of contracts, let's talk about this real fast. This is wrestling and gossip. So we do have Andrade. Allegedly, he has said, well, it doesn't even want to be alleged because he said himself that he has never signed a contract with AEW on his return. So I guess that was a one-time appearance, or they were just testing. Or they were just testing the waters with his return, because he did tweet to Dave Meltzer that no, he was never signed to AEW, and he is currently trying to fix the situation with WWE. We have to remember that he is on a non-compete clause. I guess him tweeting about it would make it true. I mean, again, it was all speculations before, but now him tweeting about it is confirming that there is some kind of hold from him doing future bookings. So again, we heard allegedly that he cannot be filmed with any wrestling promotion while this clause is happening. So of course, with AEW being on national TV, that's breaking it. Again, if he went to Toca, Florida, a local city, yes, he could perform there. There's no video recording. No, not recording from the fans. Of course, they may record it and put it on X. That's not what I mean. I mean, if the promotion was recording it and putting it on YouTube for some money. Again, you can't do that because he's still that non-complete with WWE. But if they don't put it on YouTube or Fight TV or Triller and it's just an event that fans go to, no broadcasting, yes, he can do that because, again, it's not being broadcasted, so a lot of people won't view it, and it's not something recorded, so he's not breaking the clause. Again, he can go to wrestling events and wrestle, it just can't be broadcasted on national TV or media outlets. So again, in 2025, with everyone wanting to have their promotion get some kind of headways, they're either putting it on YouTube for free or putting it on YouTube for a short subscription for $2 a month. If you subscribe to the channel, sorry, I'm getting rid of this cold. It's almost gone. I'm sorry. I think next week I'll be at 100%. So I'll have way more energy when I go on these lives. But with that being said, with 2025, everybody wants to get fan base and gain attraction to their promotion. So everyone is trying to put it on a stream or some sorts. So good luck with Andrade ever going to a promotion that's really not broadcasting the events. I mean, he can go maybe to Mexico. I mean, he can't do that either where it's broadcasted. That's why he's not in CMLL or anything, because that is broadcasted. But maybe he can go to a local indie event there where they don't broadcast their events. But feel sorry for him a little bit. I have to read the paperwork. You have to read the paperwork. But Survivor Series, again, was decent. I did post a video about Liv Morgan and her returning. Please check that out. If you are watching the replay, please like and follow. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. But I did like the return of Liv Morgan. I hated that Stephanie retained. Huge Nikki Bella Army fan. The men winning, I mean, good for Braun Breaker for getting the pin on Roman Reigns. No, it was CM Punk. On CM Punk, again, good job. But again, Bronson Reed, is he ever going to get pushed? We shall see. But this is your review of Survivor Series and some gossip. I did enjoy it. But again, hopefully Brie Bella returns at the next pay-per-view. We shall see if she does return at the next pay-per-view. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. This is Marquelworld, all things pro wrestling news and my life. I'm getting off. Thank you, Robert, Anthony, Paula, Chicken, and there's some other people that were watching but didn't really say anything. Thank you for coming. Thank you those that watched the replay. I am excited to see what is next with the return of Liv Morgan in the women's division. I really want to see her, Alexa Bliss, and AJ Lee interact. That should be very interesting. But this is Marquelworld. All things pro wrestling news my life. I'm on X, Blue Sky, TikTok as well, Marquelworld. But I'll see you guys.